Hello, everybody. Welcome back to some Dungeons and Oh My God, My Cameras. I am your DM, Sagor, for the evening.
We're everywhere.
And I'm going to be playing with these cameras,
can I get up
fixing
here?
them for a minute. Yeah, there you go. Just
No,
climb.
just sit like this.
I can use movie magic to fix you, like, as we're live. Check this out.
I don't believe you.
There. Now you're like a Dolby
Magic.
blue bar.
Oh,
top
dude,
top.
ultra
Holy
widescreen, bro.
Yeah, dude,
You know what?
that's the.
We're here. I'm just fuck it. I'm leaving it as is. I want
Leave it as
to.
is.
I want to recap. Who wants to tell me what happened while I play with these cameras?
I can do it. I can do it just from
Oh,
right down
shit.
here.
We're gonna do this for everybody. All right, go. All right, then tell you what. Let me get you some tunes. So you got the aesthetics at least, right? There you go.
Mm.
All right, Hayes. What went down?
All right. Well, it was quite the endeavor. Well, let me sit up here. Wait here. Let me make sure I'm in the frame. Yep. Now I go back a little bit. Get my whole head.
I can't
All right,
find
there we go.
Doya, so we're doing your picture.
Um,
Sorry.
So, we.
If I can
So-
push Jamie out of my box here.
we began at the point where older Ravengard was having a war in his mind. He still had this dumb helmet on his head that seemingly would kill him if we pulled it off. So we were debating on whether or not it would be the humane thing to just possibly pull it off his head, or maybe just throw him through this portal that this helm seemed linked to. There was a pretty big debate about morality and what would be right and what would be wrong to do in this current situation. Ultimately, we decided to take his ass back to the chapel and see if we could find somebody who knew more than we did that could get this taken care of. So we picked him up, carried him off. We left that room as it was. No, wait, did we? No, we did. We left the portal just open. That portal was just there.
That's right.
Scuffed D&D.
Hell yeah. Scuffed.
This is raw. We got back to the chapel after making our way through Gideon's little place where we thought we might have to run back into him. We didn't. We got back to the chapel, which was blocked off. Nobody told us there was a secret door, so we had to figure that shit out on our own. And we plowed through that, got back to the chapel, and we talked to Feria, and she, along with Rhea and everybody else, was super glad to see us. They were just so happy. And they were glad to see Older, but probably not as glad to see us, because we are more important than him. We figured out a way, or she knew a way, that we could potentially decurse this helm and remove it from Older's head without murdering him, but it would require basically a focus, a magical focus of some sort, and a consecrated location, which, lucky for us, we had both of those things. We knew the consecrated place was the place that we had a real bad time in, like the day before, maybe 2 days before. And the consecrated item was one that Stab was just trying to steal earlier, the sword of the fallen hero. So we ended up having to go back and get that. So sorry, Stab, we should have stolen it to begin with. We took it back to Feria, who took us upstairs to the consecrated place. She went into like this exorcism mode, at which point a bunch of will-o-wisps came and started aggroing on us. that could have gone real bad real quick. But fortune favored us. We succeeded, and we were able to free older Ravengard from his bullshit. And so now he popped out and was like, hey guys, what's going on? And we were like, hey, all your friends, super dead now, except for you. You're the only one that made it. Please don't have survivor's guilt. And he's like, too bad, I do, and I feel real bad, but we're going to figure this shit out. But I need you guys to keep going. So we went back to the chapel. We're like, you know what? Sleepy. Time to sleep. And we took a rest.
Okay, yeah, that you covered down last time's adventure. I'd say pretty good. You can go and have advantage for the evening. You know the routine with it. And all that being said, I guess we can go ahead and just jump over, can't we? Let's see.
Am I supposed to be super widescreen still? Is that fine?
No,
Is all this fine?
as soon as we transition over, i.e. right now, that should all be good to go. Because I took care of this. I just didn't take care of the other page. So
there's a laddie.
In fact, I'm going to stretch you a little bit. There you go. I like that better. All right. So, and there's two of me on the screen for some reason. Let's get me out of there. So let's head over to the catacombs that you guys are hanging out in. So you guys are just waking up from an evening, a morning, an afternoon, or whatever the hell time it is, because it's sort of always the same brightness outside. You guys have slept for about roughly 8 hours, regained your bearings, got all the benefits of a long rest, and you are all now waking up in the safe part of the catacombs again. The floor is yours.
I would also like to add that I've made a note that there is some sort of weird connection between the helm that we pulled off and the statues that were all jacked up in the other room.
Okay.
That was my other note.
So what are y'all doing?
I'm waking up. I'll start to sit up. I'll eat one of my rations as I'm kind of multitasking, rolling up my bedroll, and I'll just start to get up and stretch the legs, walk around.
Oh, I'm Stab's not here. If that wasn't clear, by the way, everybody, I'm your Stab for the evening. So, hey man, what's up?
Hell yeah.
I'm just walking around looking into all these individual rooms and just kind of looking at everybody. Oh, I've come across Feria. Are they still asleep over here?
A lot of people are still just kind of down and resting for the moment. But some are awake. It seems time's kind of iffy around here. Like there's no clear way to tell when you're supposed to go to sleep. So there's a few people up, a few people down. You can see Ulder's already up and about. Feria would still be napping right now, though.
I'll just keep walking around until I see Ulder. Oh, there he is. I see him.
He is
What's everybody else doing? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say Ulder's just currently he's kind of just slowly making rounds, just kind of checking on people. Looks quite a bit more lively than when he was the day before. But what is everybody else doing right now?
Oh man, I'm getting my bearings and waking up because I think that was the first rest that we had had in quite some time.
We've done a bit of fighting since then. We've done a bit of fighting since then, so yeah.
Just a wee smidge, just a wee smidgen of fighting. From that moment going forward, yes. And I guess, oh shit. Yeah, probably just gonna get up and walk around just to, get a good stretch in and figure out what the next move is. Because I don't think we know what our next move is quite yet, do we?
I think we do.
I
Older-
go
oh,
to
go ahead.
older because it looks like he has a big yellow exclamation mark above his head, and I want to go right click him.
You walk up and right-click on Older, to which he turns around and says, "Ah, adventurer, I see that you're awake. Excellent. Are you well rested?"
I'll kind of stretch. Oh God. I kind of crack my back again. Yes. Not used to sleeping on, concrete, I suppose. But, yes, I'm feeling quite a bit better. But more importantly, how are you?
He kind of rubs his temple a bit and furrows his brow and says, still a bit bewildered that an artifact meant to commune with the divine was used for some nefarious demonic purposes, with my mind as the caveat. But besides that, I'd say leagues better than yesterday.
Well, you look better than yesterday, if that's any consolation. But, I mean, let's be honest. Is it any real surprise that something... I mean, if something can be used for evil and for personal gain, it will be used if it's found in the wrong hands. So, can we really be that surprised that the helm that was on your head and fused to your mortal being was done so?
Being where we are, I suppose it should have been on the list of possibilities. Alas, given the situation, I just wanted to do whatever I could to maybe get an answer to this, which I did kind of, I suppose. And he looks at you with a bit of a worried expression.
And that would be...
Whatever that blade was that your elephant spoke of and that I had in my vision, wherever it is down below, it's somehow, some way the key to all of this, to getting our home back where it belongs, to just stopping whatever madness caused this, to rid of that damned glowing lightning orb in the sky that used to be our salvation. All of it relies on, and it looks back in your eyes, word again, someone finding it. Which, I hate to impose, but you're just about all I've got.
You're gonna ask us, aren't you? All right, yes, I figured as much. But guess what? You are in luck because with us, we have... Where's Stab? Stab! We have one of our members. Let's just say he has a certain talent for
Stab
finding...
comes sprinting
that...
up to you, Hayes.
Yeah, there he is, yes! Stab Pouler. He specializes in finding things and taking them that don't belong to him. He will find it anywhere, at any cost, and much quicker. I would say, what? And I'll look at Stab. 25% quicker than your average thief.
Yeah, man, I take the rose right off your back if you want me to, you know what I'm saying, man?
He'll do it. He'll do it real quick.
You hear a small chuckle from the other side of the pillar.
You have that going for you. And I suppose we're really the best shot that you have at the moment.
I would have to agree. I can't just leave all these people to embark on the quest on my own, and I would need someone to help stay behind and defend against any more demonic, devilish attacks. But you all, you came here intentionally. You surely have more power than just what I've seen. If anyone stands a chance out there, I'd have to say it'd be you and your lot.
I'd say so, and after having a good night's sleep for the first time in, well, a day, to be honest. After having that good night's sleep, I feel energized, reinvigorated. And the lives here, they are quite precious. And in order to keep them safe, I would be completely fine with, I don't know, leaving some extra help behind. Our friend Doya, he, I'm sure, would be more than happy to stay here with you while we go out and do the rest.
I would not want to take from whatever you have going, but if you truly think you could spare anyone...
Oh, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to. We'll talk to him in a bit.
You hear another chuckle from the other side of the column.
But regardless, you need us to find this sword, correct?
He nods and says, if my visions are to be trusted, and I would think so, seeing as I saw an entity I knew not existed till you strolled up, then yes, I believe that to be the case.
So, can you remind me, again, I had quite the strange dream last night, just as though I was stuck in a ball of pure energy. Regardless, doesn't matter. Can you reiterate what this sword looked like, and perhaps at least the cardinal direction we should head in to look for it?
The sword itself, truly the only way to describe it is it was fit for an angel or a higher being, not your typical. And he pats the sword on his back, which is actually huge and very, very finely crafted, and just demeans it by saying, beyond comparing to even what I have on myself or what you or your allies possess, this blade looks otherworldly, like it's made of light itself. I assume if you stumble upon it, it will surely stick out, but as far as where to find it, I can only say your first task would be somehow reaching the surface and then flipping a coin on a direction?
A coin? Are there only two directions here in Avernus?
Well, he shrugs a bit and looks around nervously. I honestly just... If I have to be upfront with you, I feel like I'm sending you on what could be an impossible journey. So my input on where to go would be...
It's fine. We'll spin a bottle or something. It's fine. We're doing the right thing. We're helping humanity, and you know, it's just what we do. It's fine. But any information is welcomed.
Well, if I may then, perhaps then your best source of information would be in emotions behind you towards where Doya is and says, that your golden creature that follows you, if it was in my vision, surely it must know something, right?
Lulu, and yet she did say she doesn't have any brothers or sisters, or that there's anybody else that even remotely looks like her, so you have a keen mind, Mr. Ravengard. Keen mind. You keep this up, one day you'll get promoted.
I thought about becoming some higher up in Elturel long ago, but I'm beyond that now. I believe that's for better men.
Oh, I don't know if you'd want to be promoted here, regardless. Maybe a new town. But we're gonna get out of we're gonna get out of this. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna find the sword. We're gonna chop someone's head off, and everybody's gonna be better. And it'll be great. And everyone will sing songs and dance, and it's fine.
I'm glad to see your spirit is unshaken in the face of this insurmountable task.
If I've had a good night's sleep, then absolutely. But talk to me about 6 hours from now. It would be totally... It's good that we would leave probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah, he was a cranky pants hours ago. He stabs those.
Always going to lean around the column and go, when you say a sword of light, like on fire or just pure light itself?
He calls over to you and yells out, more like, almost like a holy beacon. Not necessarily flames, but bright white light. At least that's what I think I saw. He starts questioning himself, looking away.
It's like radiant energy.
That would be more accurate, yes. Like radiant energy.
I'll look back towards the pillar. It's like radiant energy.
Thank you. I would like to make a history check. Has he heard of any swords like this before?
Sure, go ahead and make a history check. Doya himself has not heard of a unique blade comparable to what's being described, but he certainly would have read books here and there that would describe the blades of angels equivalent to this description that Ulder's given.
Okay. So, at least I know they exist. Do I remember any other details, like how to find one?
Nothing of the sort.
Okay. So, just to sum up, we believe that Zariel is the current Duke of Avernus. She's in control of the Hell Riders. She's at least got several lieutenants like Gideon. She controls the Devil's Army. We also have bunches and bunches of demons running around, and at least some other devils are trying to get Zariel's job. Is that correct? Anybody?
That seems to be the long and short of it.
I'm standing here next to Stab, and I'm assuming I'm just catching like every other word of that. Like, what?
He is kind of far away.
I thought they were over here. My bad. Oh, dang.
Perhaps look with your eyes next time. We're over here.
Got it.
I'll look at Stab. What did he say? Should we go ask Ulder? One moment. Stab, come on. Let's walk over here to them, and then we'll walk back.
Yeah, I can't hear his quiet ass.
Doya.
You hear a druid gathering up his notes and paperwork as he's getting ready to come y'all's way.
No,
hey, buddy.
No rush. We're here. I'll look over at Elgin as well. How was your rest?
It was fine. I'm ready to put an end to this business. It's time to end Zariel.
Yes, I agree. Perhaps have you eaten? Did you eat today?
Not yet.
You should. I'm looking out for your well-being. Doya, have you eaten? Lulu, do you eat?
I don't think so. Do you want me to?
I mean, hold on. If you've never eaten, yes, I would like you to. I want to see. Yes.
I don't think I
I'll pull
have
out
to.
a ration and I'll hand it out.
But I will. And she reaches and puts her whole mouth over your hand and just puts. Is there a package on this ration?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, she takes whatever was in your hand, just puts it in her mouth, and just starts moving it around. Doesn't even look like she's chewing.
This is
I'm eating now.
This is what I expected. This is precisely. All right, Doya, Elgin, do you see what Lulu is doing? I need you to do the same, please.
Oh, I ate a couple hours ago when I got up.
Stab, have you eaten?
I don't know, man. Every time I eat it tastes like sewage. Do I have to?
Yes, you have to, because if you don't, you will die.
Fine. And he takes out a ration out of his pack. And it looks like some simple stuff. Looks like some jerky. He puts it in his mouth and just his face just squelches as he starts chewing and eating it.
Yes, it's not great.
It tastes like
Lulu,
solid
how's yours?
diarrhea. Oh. Lulu's still moving it around her mouth, but eventually she swallows and then says, I don't know what it tastes like.
Wait, so have you never eaten before?
I don't think so.
I'll look over to Doya and then over to Stab. What do you think happens to that food after, well, I mean, you know, after you eat, a few hours?
See, she got to poop or something, man. Something's got to come out somewhere, right? What's in there? Lulu, open your mouth. I want to look in. Lulu opens her mouth and Stab just kind of puts his head almost in there, just looking around. Nah, it's too dark. I can't see anything. I don't know. Go somewhere.
Okay, Lulu, you let us know if you have any weird stomach feelings.
Okay.
Wait, do you have a stomach?
I don't know.
This is great. We're doing science today, fellows. Doing science. All right.
Find out down the road that it's like gremlins and you're not supposed to feed them.
I'll look over towards Elgin and say, okay, well, Ulder reconfirmed today that apparently we need to find some radiant sword. That's the key to ending this whole thing that's happening down here, and then going home and collecting the money that we are undoubtedly owed by Hayes Fried Chicken. I'm sure it's in the hundreds of gold by now, and I have not forgotten about that. If anyone is up there above listening, I have not forgotten about my chicken profits. All right. Now, we need to find this sword, and whoever's in possession of it, and either ally with them or take it from them forcefully. After that, I don't know what step 2 is.
Well, step 2 would be to kill Zariel.
I suppose, yes.
And do you think it's going to be easy just to walk up to the Duke of Avernus itself and kill her?
Nothing
Yes.
we've done so far has been easy.
Oh, I mean, no.
But I'm sure we could gain at least some of Zariel's ire by making a few waves. We've already encountered one of her lickspittles.
Wait, so you're saying we just go and cause enough havoc and bring her to us?
That is one way to do it, but I don't think we'll have to. We've caused enough commotion down here that I feel at some point I'd be more surprised if she didn't find us first.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yes, we cause havoc, she comes to us.
Lulu looks very sad.
Like,
I'm all for
uh,
causing havoc down here.
It's like Grand Theft Auto. Get enough stars.
I guess the question is, how do we want to break things? Go after the Hell Riders, her lieutenants?
All interesting ways. But
Hit our
I
army on the
say
surface?
getting that sword would probably be more than enough to garner her attention.
Or perhaps we just go out and start killing hundreds of those zombies walking around. Kill enough, perhaps she'll take notice.
If we kill enough, maybe we'll level up.
We killed Gideon.
Now,
That would be another
I'm
way.
not completely sold on Gideon being a complete and utter lost cause as of yet. I think there's more there. You were there. He's completely unable to recall anything before what? Just a short while ago. I believe he's been brainwashed.
True. But we'll see how he sings the moment we try and plunge a sword of radiance into Zariel's breast. Then we'll see.
Well, he's still brainwashed, so it's pretty predictable to say how he would react in that state. Perhaps if we find a way to unbrainwash him or bring his memories back.
I think Hayes is trying to turn him to our side.
Well, I'm all open ears when it comes to trying to determine how that is going to play out, because I am no expert in the ways of undoing brainwashing.
We seem to have a cleric here who can do exorcisms. Maybe we
That
only
is
need to
fair.
bring him here.
But I have questions about that. Is he not a... And I just put 2 fingers up by my mouth and just kind of... Vampire.
Was he?
He
Perhaps,
struck
I
me
mean,
as such.
I suppose we don't 100% know, but I feel like he checked a lot of the boxes.
I'm just saying. Getting him to come here and be blessed, I think it's a fool's errand.
Oh, it most absolutely will not be willingly. That is for sure.
And we all remember what happened last time we fought him. It would be of the utmost foolishness and most ridiculous thing we could attempt to do when we already have more pressing matters. As much as I would love nothing more than to plunge my mace into the back of his skull.
Well,
I think the blade, the radiant sword, is more important.
I agree, but counterpoint, not necessarily counterpoint, side point. That's more accurate.
Yeah. We have
I
no idea where
believe-
it's at.
In this particular environment, knowledge is our most valuable asset, I believe. And if he is in possession of knowledge that is so valuable that they have decided to brainwash him instead of just outright killing someone, perhaps that knowledge in our hands could be invaluable.
So are you thinking he's going to tell us how to find the weapon that would kill his master?
I'm not tying this to the weapon itself. I'm saying he may possess information that could help us regardless. Not specifically about the sword or Zariel, but perhaps in some other avenue. I'm just saying one does not just turn someone into a devil or a vampire or whatever he is without good reason.
You sly tiefling. You mean to tell me your plan is to sneakily lie and get him to open up to us, to tell us to lay all his secrets bare? You sly devil.
Through one way or another, perhaps. Yes. And whether it's in a manner that is forthcoming, that's one way to do it. Or if we're able to dispel whatever foul magics have dampened his memories, then that is another way. But regardless, whatever's trapped away in that skull of his is probably quite useful.
I agree.
Just to be the rain cloud on this little parade we're having here.
Oh, bring
also-
the lightning and the thunder too, we know.
We also don't seem to know where he's at now either.
I have a strange feeling that fate will guide us to whatever ends that we will find ourselves in.
I have a suspicion that he's probably not far. I doubt that he's completely turned his gaze from us.
Or we could just walk around shouting his name. Maybe that will bring... Or I could maybe just talk in my little brain mind with the weird, creepy whispers, and he'll find us.
That is a possibility.
I'm afraid that might find us some other things we don't want too, though.
It definitely will. Yes, it definitely will.
Elgin,
Regardless...
can you roll a d20 for me real quick?
Oh, yes, I can.
say we go and find our way to the surface, like Older said, and
Done.
just spin a bottle and see
And
which
11.
direction it points.
Okay, you're okay. That's it, Elgin.
Okay.
Almost would have
I'm
been a different
scared
result, but yeah, y'all can keep going.
Perhaps we should ask Older if he knows how to get to the surface. Also, where's the helmet we pulled off of him? Do we need to go put it back on that statue?
I think the helmet is inert now, but I could be wrong.
I do remember the ritual having deprived the helmet of its power. But there is something to be said for maybe trying to give it its power back.
Well, we can go ask him. Are we all packed up? Are we ready to head out into the great, horrible unknown?
I'm ready.
Doya?
I'm stuffing the last of my paperwork back into my bag and getting up.
Stab?
Yeah, man. You lead the way. I'll do my stabbing thing, or get those robes if you want me to get those robes still.
I'm not leading the way. No, I'm not. But I am gonna lead the way over here to Older Ravengard, and we're gonna find out if he knows how to. If there's a staircase or an elevator somewhere. I'll go ask.
Okay, you go ask. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna hang out with Lulu. What are you doing, Lulu? Lulu's just staring at the fountain floating over it right now. She looks like she's deep in thought.
I'll approach Older and I'll say, so we need to get to the surface to continue this crusade against Zariel. You wouldn't by chance know of maybe some stairs or an elevator we could use to get there, do you?
Older chuckles a little bit and says, "If it were only so easy, but I'm afraid the only way down I could see outside was, it looks like there are these massive chains tethered to the city on the corners. Perhaps maybe climbing down one is an option, but a dangerous one. I'm not sure if you've seen down below through any of the cracks, but there's a constant battle of some sort being waged. Creatures flying in the sky, creatures on the ground, devils, demons, just horde stuff. But maybe the right chain will lead away from it. An alternative, perhaps, and a little more daring, but maybe fashion some sort of gliding contraption yourself? Surely El Terrell has supplies of some sort somewhere."
Yes, the Goblin Glider Kit. Yes. I'll say, well, perhaps we can find. Yes, we made a friend on the way here, the Vrock. And I smelled what the Vrock was cooking, and maybe, just maybe, he could give us a ride down. Fine. But if not,
Befriended
it looks
a
like
rock.
the chains. Yes, horrible winged creature, awful, smells not great, but he was having quite the dilemma, and kind of walked him through it. He rethought his life choices up to that point, and decided that he was going to go a different path. That's got to be worth something, right?
See. Well, that's... I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. If you can befriend a creature like that, maybe it could assist you. But I will warn you, just based off what I saw, and surely you've seen as well, if you climb those chains, if something attacks you, you'll be sitting at their mercy. Just be prepared, and with all due seriousness, if any of you have any engineering experience, I would heavily recommend a faster way down.
Right. Back to the drawing board, and I'll just turn and walk away. Guys. All right. And I'll kind of just briefly recap everything. The chains, they go down. Super dangerous, apparently, and will be attacked. He suggested, as someone with no engineering experience whatsoever, that we just make a gliding system and do that, because we're all just aeronautical engineers. So, that being said, do any of you have any engineering training whatsoever? And Stab, for the love of all the gods, do not raise your hand. Anyone but Stab. Anybody else, can you make a flying machine?
Stab's hands halfway up. He's just kind of like this.
I'm not getting on anything you make.
I'm good with my hands, though, man. I know I can do it.
And you would be the first to try one of your mechanisms, then.
Yeah, I'll go flying, man. I knew this one guy. He had in his pocket. He'd just jump off cliffs, and he'd have the glider above him. He could go like 40 miles on that thing. It's crazy.
And he showed you how to make these.
I never met him personally. He was, he's kind of a big deal. Got like a sword and shield. He's good at what he does.
And he's not here though, in this chapel.
No, I think he's in Hyrule right now.
Elgin, I don't suppose your magical shield can carry us all down through the sky, could it?
I'm gonna go on a limb and say no. It would likely, if we tried to use it to glide down below, we would plummet to our deaths.
Doya, what about you?
Wine is something that druids can do, but it's been a long time. I don't think I could carry anybody in my state right now. So I'm going to have to say no. I don't think I can help us with this.
I'll just have a quick, just a passing thought in my mind, and I'll glance over towards Lulu, who I see just fluttering about by this fountain, I assume.
Mm-hmm. She's just kind of staring at the water running right now. She looks very deep in thought at the moment.
I'll look at her flying and then just shake my head. No, that's a very bad idea. Right, Doya, Lulu can't. No, it's impossible.
She could probably carry one of us at a time.
How big is Lulu compared to us?
Lulu is probably about, if she were floating in the air like she always is, her feet would start at your waist and her head would end at the top of your head.
Okay.
And her wings are like, strangely, 1/15 of her actual body size. Very tiny.
Shit. Why would he say something like build a glider when there's no one here that can build a glider? What is he talking about? I'll just briefly stick my head around the pillar here. What are you talking about? And I'll go back immediately to the group.
Walter turns for a moment but sees nothing. Confused, goes back to his conversation.
Why would he say that? Lulu. I'll turn to her.
She doesn't respond.
Lulu.
And when you say her name again, it's almost like she snaps out of a trance. Says, yes, I'm Lulu.
Could we borrow you for a moment, please?
Of course. What is it?
Just a passing thought. What is your experience with... We know we found you in this tower. What's your experience with engineering and building and creating things?
Lulu rubs the top of her head with her trunk for a moment and starts to think again and says, I don't think I've built things before, but I'm very smart.
Okay.
I could figure it out.
Your answer is perfectly what I needed to know. Second, what's the heaviest thing that you've ever carried while you were fluttering along?
She looks down again and breaks eye contact for a moment and goes back deep in thought and just blurts out, I used to be able to shape change into a golden mammoth, and I served Zariel as her war mount for ages.
Wait, what?
This is information that would have been
Hi, Cam.
useful to us.
She looks back up at you all and says, I don't know, I just remembered it. I was looking at the fountain because it was so pretty and it's just came into my head out of nowhere.
So, when you were a mammoth war mount for the fallen angel Zariel, general of the Avernus war effort, did your wings grow in size as well?
Yes. Yes, they did. I could carry much more.
Then I think we have found our way down. If we can only figure out how to get Lulu to transform.
Lulu, have you played in this
that's a
water
big
game
if.
before?
I can't. I don't know how. I think every time it was needed, Zariel did something, and I don't know. That's when I would transform. But normally I'd be like this.
Is it something she would say or something she would do?
It was some magic she possessed. I don't remember.
Shit. Okay, well,
Well,
we know...
that plan is out the window.
Yes. It seems so. We might be walking down the chains, it seems.
Lulu, have you ever had anything to drink? I know food was new to you.
No, I don't think so.
You should try some of this fountain water.
Okay.
No, don't drink
She
it.
turns
Oh.
and immediately just sucks some of the fountain water into her trunk. And she kind of swishes it around for a bit, just looking at you, Doya, and then she swallows it and
Doy, you don't know where that water's been.
and flutters in front of you.
What did you think of the water, Lulu?
It was about as squishy as a squishy thing could be.
Yep,
Well, then that settles that.
yep, that seems right.
All
right.
How is your
Yeah.
memory now?
Well, I met you in a tower.
Okay.
We have been traveling for a while fighting stuff, and I use my tusks a lot, even though they're small.
Prior to you meeting us, what do you remember?
Oh,
What do you remember about your time with Zariel?
I was getting to that.
she starts
hoping.
concentrating and looking around at the ground, and almost like she's squinting her eyes as hard as she can, just trying to think. I know I was with her, but I can't remember, and I don't know why. Why would I remember that I was her war mount? But nothing else.
It seems she didn't want you to remember.
No, that
Just
can't-
like perhaps another person that we were talking about just earlier that has important things that we could know. Gideon. Right, back to the task at hand.
So are you suggesting we shove holy water down Gideon's throat to see if he remembers? I mean,
Maybe.
I would be more than okay with administering this sort of this sort of therapy.
I am pretty sure that would burn him from the inside out from what we know. But I'm just saying,
But I'm willing to try.
if Lulu had tried to gore us with her tiny little tusks, would you want to pour holy water down her throat and burn her from the inside? You know what? Don't answer that. Don't answer that question, Elgin. I already know.
Lulu is too cute to be an enemy. But yes, in the event that Lulu was our enemy, well, you know the answer.
The answer is yes. You would burn her insides.
Yes.
We're going to find out in like a month or two that Lulu is actually the big bad of this entire campaign.
I'll look over to Lulu and say, Lulu, look into my eyes.
She turns and looks at you. Kind of tilts her head for a moment, but it goes back right up.
And I want to look her right in the eye.
Okay, you stare into her
And-
super weird little golden pupils.
And just focus. And I want to, I want to know that I have her absolute full attention. And I just give her the serious stare until I know that it's like locked in.
She keeps looking at you for a moment and breaks eye contact for just a moment to look at Stab, to which he just shrugs, and then she looks back at you and says, what is it?
Turn into a mammoth. Go.
Okay. She closes her eyes and starts like straining again. And then opens her eyes back up and says, I can't.
All right. Well, I tried. Lulu, you are wonderful. Thank you for trying.
Thank you for being you.
You know what? Stab. Any ideas?
I don't know, man. You said what you gave us like two options, right? You want us to climb a chain, or you want us to make like hang gliders or something? I don't know, man. I'll do either. I'm adventurous.
Well, we'd have to find the materials to make 4 hang gliders.
Oh, you need what? You need like, I don't know, like 6 sticks and like a bedroll, and then I don't know, right? Some
That
cloth.
sounds like a one-way trip down to the awful war and the bottom of the pit of Avernus is what that sounds like.
I think that would only result in death.
I could do it. I could totally do it.
If only your friend wasn't in Hyrule with here.
Man,
Maybe
if that
something
guy
else.
was here, he'd like have the sword already. Like, I think he uses it anyhow. He uses something like it.
I think I know how I could get us down, but I can't do it today.
Wait, why?
When I was getting my spells and stuff ready for the day, I did not think I'd need to descend from here to the surface.
Do you have a way to featherfall us?
Essentially, yes. How do you guys feel about water?
I'm fine with it, so long as it's not a great deal.
Every time we deal with water, it's like sewage water.
Grew up on the
Yes.
water.
I just thought of a spell. I know I don't have it prepared today because I didn't think I'd need it. I could put us into a sphere of water, and we could push it over the edge, and it will descend safely until it gets just above the surface.
Man, y'all thought my hang gliders would kill us. And you hear him? What he's saying? He wants to get on a water bubble and just fall.
Yeah.
To be fair, his solution is magic. Yours involved a bedroll.
Well, I don't know. Okay, like what do you mean, Doy?
6 sticks.
Does the bubble float? Like it's like rain falls, it doesn't just float. It reaches terminal velocity and slams to the ground. So what is it, Doya? Does it work like that?
Magic. It's going to float 10 feet above the ground once I stop it. So we'll have plenty of space to just drop the last little bit.
Oh, I
Nice and
see.
safe.
I see. So we hit terminal velocity and then we suddenly slow down to float 10 feet above the ground, and that's when we're okay. I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Perfectly fine. It's
Muscle's
just
gonna get us killed. I don't want him to do it. Okay, he's gonna kill us.
it will work.
I think it's worth a try. Maybe
Well,
it'll
we
give us time. We can rest, get more prepared. Who knows? Maybe we could even learn something.
There's a whole lot of the city we never went through. There might be some stuff we could use.
Or we just fight our way down the chain. We're already in hell. Why not embrace it?
I would rather not.
I'd rather not be here entirely. I would rather be on my ship, sailing, fishing, trading, sleeping, honestly. But here we are.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but it'll be easy for you to descend down a chain while fighting gods only knows what. Might be more difficult for me.
No, not be easy, but perhaps we wait a day and then tried our aquatic descent into Avernus.
Yes. I say that we go with Doya's plan.
Nothing? Name drop? Campaign name drop? Nothing? I quit. I quit.
I'm done with y'all.
Is there anything else we need to work on while we're up here? If we're just going to wait a day while I get my spells in order.
I've got nothing.
I wanna hear more about the water drop thing. How's it work, Doya? Tell me how it works.
So I'm going to conjure a sphere of water. It's going to be about 5 feet in radius, so it's about 10 feet wide. It will hover 10 feet above the ground, and when we send it off the edge and it makes like a fall into a pit or cliff or anything like that, it's going to slowly descend until it gets to 10 feet above that ground, at which point we can drop it the rest of the way slowly if we want to, or if we're in a fight by the time it gets to the bottom, we just jump out and running or whatnot.
So wait, can you like move it forward and backwards, or can you just like slow it down if it's about to hit the ground?
I can move it up to 30 feet about every 6 seconds or so.
Like forward and backwards?
So we can make the sphere right near the edge of a landmass and then go right over the edge.
Huh. Okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
In this episode, we TPK ourselves. Falling deep into the blood war.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
It'd be great.
All right. I'm gonna walk over here to Older, and I'll just relay to him the ins and outs of everything we just said. And I will now be standing in front of him with like a "So, what do you think?" type stance.
After you lay everything out,
Yeah.
puts his gauntlet to his chin for a moment, and he says, "It sounds like it would work if he can control the fall, and you're sure not to eject out of it at the speed you go at. Then that would very well work. But I would confirm your destination before fully committing to this plan. I know that below us there's a huge battle raging on, but I don't think that's directly below us. If I'm not mistaken, I only looked briefly because what was happening in El Terrell was much more important, but below us it looked like there was a massive river of some sort."
When you say pick our destination, what do you mean?
He's talking about a landing pad.
Well, if you were to push your bubble off of the edge of El Terrell, would you do it to the north, south, east, west, or one of the middle cracks, or where? I would maybe check your location before you commit to this.
That's good looking out. That's a good idea.
That is
I'll
wise.
turn and see Doya just like awkwardly standing off in the distance.
You were talking to him about the plan. You wanted to get what he wanted, or he knew about it. So,
What do you
maybe we need to figure out where we want to drop at. Go out and look around.
get a lay of the land?
Exactly.
I'm okay with that. Do we go out through the same weird secret exit?
That or the front door.
Jamie, you said when we went out the secret exit, there was another path up to the north, right? That exited that graveyard?
Yeah, it kind of led around High Hall itself. So it looks like you could just take that path and eventually reach the side in front of it.
I think perhaps we take the back way.
Okay. Shall I gather the rest of the party?
Yes, I'll head over to the doorway. We will be back, I believe. We're going to go do some scouting. Mr. Ulder, Mr. Ravengard, and once our druid has had sufficient time to get his magics in order, we will safely float down to the surface of Avernus, a watery bubble, or a watery grave. One of the two.
I hope for the first.
Me too. And I'll head over to the door.
Okay. Before y'all head out, I think right here is a good spot to take a quick break. So we are going to go take a quick 10 minutes, and we'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere.
Break time.
And we are back. Just finalizing some small details about the upcoming plan. But yeah, you guys, the floor is yours again. You're up to survey the area, discuss what you want to discuss. Y'all are good to go.
Okay. All right. So are we taking our rest?
We've taken the rest. It's like first thing in the morning. I think we go reconnoiter where we want to land.
Okay. Well, I'm at the door.
Okay, so you guys are going out. You're taking the back path.
Fuck yeah, we're taking the back path.
So are you guys making any pit stops along the way? Because you have to cut through a graveyard, or is your goal just to get out back into El Terrell?
I was gonna swing. So as we go out into the graveyard, I was just gonna take a quick left down at the 7-Eleven and get a Slurpee.
So I'll take that as a no. You guys are passing through the ossuary and all that stuff where Gideon was, and going out to the whole of.
Well,
El
I don't
Terrell.
think we had to go past the Gideon area, right? It was just like out into the graveyard and to the north, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like it right next to you, like 50 feet away, is where he was. Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna still be there.
I'll go ahead and fast forward y'all. So if y'all are ignoring that area, as long as no one says, "Oh, I just want to look over there real quick," I can just put us through it. So, yeah, and y'all said you didn't want to make an extra stop. So I'll say you open the passage and you go ahead and negate your way back through that long chasm, pop out that small little grave area, and immediately hook right, walking past a few undead just kind of roaming around aimlessly. None of them are messing with you. They're all just chilling. Until you make it around High Hall and back out into El Terrell. Go ahead and take you to that map here. Let's see, El Terrell was right here. And I believe I had an El Terrell song for this too. There it is. So again, you're gonna have to, does this work? Yep, that's y'all's view. Ignore your tokens at the bottom right. So this little Lulu represents you guys' side of vision. So you guys are at High Hall still, but you're free to go wherever right now. Where are you going?
Oh.
Perhaps Elgin, you lead the way.
Okay. I don't mind.
I mean, you're the big, strong man, manly man.
That is fine. Where exactly is it that we want to try and go and get a good look at this?
Well, we
Should we
need
go back towards the
something
bridge.
about 500 feet or less if we can find it, because I don't want to drop us down like a rock.
I think we would all appreciate that, Doya. And you saying that just inspires all the confidence. So, yes, if you could find us a place where we don't all fall to our...
You're welcome to take Stab's bedroll glider. I'll watch.
Oh, are those my options now?
I say we go back towards the bridge.
Perhaps we could find the Vrock and see what he has to say.
That is also a possibility.
I mean, I'm not 100% sold on the watery sphere plan, but it's the best one I think we've had so far.
You're really selling your plan right now.
Look, if I had a little bit more time to practice, I could probably do an animal shape that can fly, but
Wait.
I'm not really sure I can do one right now.
Wait, how old are you?
Older than I look, probably.
Triple digits?
Who's to say?
You're gonna sit here and tell me if I had time?
I have not flown in years, sir. I'm just not sure I can do it for long enough.
I would very much not like to die. I don't want to die today. And more ironically, would not like to die in water that I've lived my whole life upon. Perhaps we head over to the east and follow the ridge line. That way we can kind of look down, perhaps.
Pretty sure there was a spot to the east that has a pretty straight look down.
Elgin?
I mean, at this point, I say let's go.
All right. Well, follow you, sir.
I will start heading in that direction.
East?
Whatever it was that we had just agreed upon.
Okay.
Whatever will get us there the fastest.
So you head out of the keep's northern gate, which again is just damn near destroyed. Fortunately, there's no demonic hounds or anything sniffing about at the moment. You are slammed in the face with a reminder of the uncomfortable temperatures of this place, though, as just a light, just annoying enough heat wave just smacks you all as you step outside. You can also hear it's deep in the distance that slight rumbling, and it sounds like it could be just a horde of voices, which you imagine is the battle happening around or under El Terrell. And lastly, that grim reminder of the death ball floating in the sky, randomly just striking lightning around the city, as you see the companion in all of its dark glory still just pulsating in the sky above. All of that aside, you make your way out that northern keep and immediately hook to the east and around the corner.
Okay.
Oh, did it drag again? There it goes.
All right.
Once you hit about this spot right here, it looks like between the houses there is a large gap that you can look down.
I'll go up kind of as close to the edge as I can get safely and try to just look over.
Same.
Okay, so staying cautious, you guys get a little close to the edge where it looks like the ground is still stable and not likely to chip away. And as you peer over and look down, you can see what looks like a massive river and ships. Very odd, grotesque-looking ships. Seem to be firing at something. It looks like some type of battle is even happening on this water. Or at least it looks like water, but it's very, very, very green.
Okay.
Who else is looking? Is it just
I'm
Hayes?
looking as well. I want to look down.
Okay. Actually, Hayes, make a history check with advantage for me.
Perhaps the sticks?
You likely have knowledge of this.
You said history?
Yeah. Okay. Given your location and your the books you've poured through before, you know that in Avernus there is a river called the River Styx, and you know it to be exceptionally toxic, as in you touch it and you're no more.
Perhaps what they're sailing on in their creepy ships is the River Styx. From what I understand, it is quite deadly, and it doesn't smell very good either. But I believe it actually flows through all of the layers of hell. So, if we ever wanted to go, I don't know, to a different layer, maybe Stygia one day, get a boat, just sail on down that river. But that's neither here nor there, or important, and there's no reason absolutely whatsoever that I said any of that. The point is, we don't need to land anywhere near that river. Doya, is Doya looking over, or is he just standing off behind?
He's behind you about like 20 feet. He's got a pad of paper trying to do some math.
Doya, stop riding. Come over here and look with your eyes over at the edge. You're not going to write this all out.
Well, if I carry the 2...
Stop the math. Stop it. You can do the math after. I need you to look with your special eyes.
I heard you. You don't want to land down there. What about if we landed on one of those boats?
No. We're not gonna land on a boat either.
On a boat out. So...
We need to find another spot. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I trust you. You're the naval expert. If you don't want to go on a boat, we will not go on a boat.
Yes, if there's anyone here that ever says don't step on that boat, and it's me, please trust me.
Okay. Boat's out.
I guess let's just follow the edge further north. I mean, perhaps we'll pass the bridge that we got over here on.
This plan seems more dangerous somehow than it did before.
Well, I mean, yeah, when you're looking over the edge, it's... But, I mean, you can't expect that literally the first place that we kind of peer over to be the perfect place. We have to test it out. We have to, we have to vibe with it.
I say we find the Vrock.
If we find the Vrock, I am all for buying his, I don't know, friendship.
Jamie, from this vantage point that we're at, if we look like way out in the distance, like towards where our character tokens are down here, do we see a river running like way out that way too?
It's really hard to tell from where you're at, but you can tell that this river is massive. It almost looks like, from the way you're positioned, you're almost at the dead middle of it. As if all those sudden shifts, like when the ground quakes for just a moment and it feels like El Terrell slips a little deeper, it seems like the entire city is being pulled down to that river.
Oh. So not only are we above the river and probably can't use watery sphere, we're on a time crunch because the city is descending into a river of hell. Great.
Pretty good. Let's keep going then. And I'd like to
Let's
just
lead on.
with the group, just kind of follow up the kind of this edge of the city here. Try to see if we can find any way down that looks not like an absolute death sentence.
Sure. You guys continue on around the corner to the north for a bit. Let me see something real quick.
As we travel, can we see any of those chains from where we were at?
You guys are at the highest point of El Terrell right now, so you can actually see a lot of the chains all around you. Actually, being at the highest point here, I can just reveal the whole thing now, I think, because you guys are way up in the air. Give me just a moment. There you go.
Oh, snap.
Good lord.
Looking around the city, you don't necessarily see fires spouting off the sides, but you can see huge chain-like objects just protruding out of many corners of El Terrell, primarily to the east and west.
Mm-hmm.
You say this river is wide. Are these chains look like they're embedded in the river?
Unless you were near one, you can't really tell. Just looking over at the edge you're at right now, you can't see any chains reaching the river.
Then
So we're
perhaps
gonna have to travel further.
to the northwest then, perhaps?
I've got no complaints against going that direction.
Me neither.
So you guys going northwest?
I guess we're gonna go northwest.
Okay. So you guys start altering your course, having traveled just a little bit to the north, heading down the main roadway. I'll say you guys will start heading this way, since you didn't give me a specific direction.
Take us however you want, Daddy.
As far as... say you make it to about right there. Lulu token here. And shift the cameras. There you go.
All right.
And, let me see something.
Like I said, we could just follow that main road.
You could,
May as
but,
well.
but first you all notice something once you reach the spot.
Good.
So, as you're crossing a few of these houses, you're in unexplored territory at the moment. I'd say you're a little bit cautious, seeing how you've had buildings almost fall on you, and again, there is lightning striking around you still, but fortunately none of that's chosen to choose you as a target quite yet. One thing you do notice that's kind of strange is that one of the nearby houses, you see... Actually, Elgin, you're in front, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just very quickly, you see about 3 to 4 rats just dash out onto the road and almost into your group, but just swerve around you and head into other nearby houses.
Okay, so we got some Plague Tale shit going on. Okay. Do I guess, you know what? There's no, well, shit, I probably will feel it everywhere around me because we're in fucking hell. But, you know what? I'll give it a shot anyway. I'm going to, oh, man. I'm going to use Divine Sense and see if I get any inclination of any terrible thing coming. I guess from the direction that they're coming from is the direction I'm basically focusing on.
So you guys stop the group and channel your Divine Sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you pause for a moment and close your eyes and just focus for any of unique entities nearby. I think it's, again, Undead, Aberration, Celestial? Is that right? Or is it Fiend?
Undead, Fiend, and Celestial.
Okay. You don't really... I don't know why it keeps putting transitioning to the map down there. You don't sense anything like that too much right now. At the same time, though, being at your location, I should have harped on this earlier a little bit, you sense this just dark aura all around you. But that's kind of what you've sensed every time. You've had to sort of weed it out as you've been trying to focus on this, because you're in Avernus right now and it's kind of evil everywhere, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you don't sense anything extra, is what I'm getting at the moment. However, in the duration that you've started to focus this, you all now hear, it almost sounds like just an army of footsteps, like small pitter-patters, just countless of them, coming from the nearby building that a few of those rats swarmed out of. And as you paused, a ton more come pouring out, and these seem to be coming right at you. Let me go ahead and show you what you're looking at here.
Oh, shit.
I
Because
don't wanna.
we're going to have to go into some combat as swarms of rats start coming right at you. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
I don't wanna.
And oh shit.
I'm gonna
Sweet.
go ahead and get all these guys in combat as well.
See you guys tomorrow. I don't think I've rolled good on initiative one single time this campaign.
I don't think you have.
I usually get really terrible rolls too. Like, I'm usually almost dead last. I either get really lucky and go first or almost first, or I'm dead last. Good God.
Rats!
I love just not being able to do anything, dude. I
Rats.
get eaten before I can even move.
Okay, let's deal with some rats. We're going into combat. with a lot of rats going before you guys. So this one,
All the rats.
this one. Okay, I'm just gonna move these guys forward.
God, how am I at the...
We should have checked to see if one of those kids had some kind of psychic abilities.
Can I use my inspiration on initiative?
On initiative. Oh, you know what? Yeah, why not? Go for it.
I use my inspiration on initiative.
Nice.
That's much better, much better, much better, much better.
All right, let me update your... Oh, your token already updated. Very nice. So, yeah, only... Actually, it shouldn't have been him. It should have been him. And big boy rats, which can make it. This swarm of rats actually moves into your space, Elgin, and starts crawling its way up and around you as the swarm tries to start biting and get through your armor.
Let's see how this works out.
It doesn't. As you can hear the clink of their teeth on your armor, you're kind of just throwing them off and kicking them away as they're trying to crawl all over you. But you're being engulfed by rats at the moment as you try to keep knocking them off.
Oh no.
Oh.
That'll actually bring us to Hayes. Go ahead, Hayes.
No. There's so many rats. How many rats are on Elgin right now?
A swarm.
Yeah.
Just a fuckload. Okay.
There's a bunch that happen to be rolling together.
They're just... Oh. Okay.
Uh,
What we're gonna do? Go ahead.
can you put stab on initiative too?
Oh, I can. I always forget about the extra guy. Oh, he's going last.
Lulu?
Almost.
If Lulu came with us?
Lulu did come with you. I'm gonna go grab her. Little Lulu.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. She's a little bigger than that, but she's tiny for now.
I'm gonna move down here. And we're just gonna line it up. Just right across right here. And I'm gonna just let loose a lightning bolt. Cast.
Okay, so you're firing some lightning to him. Ooh.
So yeah, crackle some lightning across my fingers and just kind of let it go. And it will just eviscerate this ground in a straight line across these three groups of rodents. And they need to make a dex save.
All right, we'll start with the mini rats.
Fuck.
We'll start with quite a few, but not as many rats. And then the
Cool.
bonus rats. You shoot this lightning, it's like just this laser beam almost that just severs through just all of these rats, and incinerating quite a few. A bunch of the ones up front were able to dodge a good bit of that damage, though. Is it half damage?
It is half, yeah. So it would be, what was that, 24, so 12 would be half.
Okay, as those rats part, these other swarms that were charging, they seem to be charging right at you. Your lightning just evaporates both piles of them.
And I will swirl up the air beneath me, and I will float back right here next to Doya and land on the ground. Well, I didn't expect us to be eaten by rats, but here we are.
All right, that's gonna bring us to a swarm of rats. Specifically, these guys. What's their movement? Just enough to roll in and try to bite you, Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna fail. It looks like they're trying to leap up on you as they get close, but you're able to just keep back away from them just enough to where they're not crawling on you.
No!
And that will take us to Lulu, who will see all these rats. What's she gonna do? What are we capable of here, Lulu? Let's see. Okay, so Lulu is going to see these rats all over Elgin and move in and start trying to use her tusks to just knock some off and rip some off of you. Which that will definitely hit for... Oh, that was an attack. That's not damage.
Oh man.
She rips one rat off of you, Elgin, and throws it to the side.
Awesome.
Which actually brings us to you. There's a swarm of rats
Okay.
still around your feet, but there are a lot on your legs right now as well.
Okay. How is this gonna work? Because in my head, I'm thinking that I can't hit myself with the mace.
So you can. There's still some on the ground around. I mean, you can still attack them as normal.
Okay, then that works. Then that's exactly what I will do. I'm just gonna start bashing the swarm.
I'll just say you won't gib them if you did something that one shots them. I don't think you'd
Okay.
be able to one shot them right now.
Mhm.
But that definitely will hit for 9 bludgeoning damage as you take your mace and you just arc it across the ground and just gut quite a few rats in that swing. But there's still it's almost like they just got replaced immediately as more just start pouring in trying to get onto you.
Well, then I'm gonna do it again.
But that'll also hit. All right. For 10 damage. Okay. And then you just it's like you're just cleaving back and forth like you're trying to cut grass or something with one of those little mobile scythe things, except you're cutting rats right now. Is deal another 10 damage to this horde.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess I'm not gonna save it. I don't want to waste it.
Okay. And a turn.
That is it.
All right, that's going to take us to some more rats. 2 packs are going this time. As this smaller pack runs up to you, Doya. And let's see, do they have... Yep, they will start swarming you as they all start climbing onto your body and biting at you. I don't think that hits you, though, does it?
It's not.
Okay, so you start just kind of flailing around with these rats on you, just knocking a few off, and they keep climbing back up. It feels like none of them are able to bite down onto you, but you are currently covered in rats at the moment. The big pack will join the other pack and start swarming all over you, Elgin.
Okay.
That is going to be a little bit weaker bite because a lot of these got lightning zapped. Does that hit you?
A 20. Well, wait. It's I'm assuming they go by the same rules as everyone else. What is it? Well, they'll get like a +1. It would miss.
That you really want to put it? We use the +1. They have like a +40, but no, they have a +1 because of one other token. So that'd be a 21.
Okay. Okay, yeah, it would miss me.
Okay, so these rats start crawling over you, and you are now just your chest is just you are submerged in rats right now, which it will you will have disadvantage on all your attacks as long as you're covered at the moment now, but they're not able to get through your armor still.
Good.
That will bring us to Doya.
Doya, who was distracted and looking at their notes on trying to figure out just fall rates and things like that, totally did not see this coming, is apparently why I've rolled so low on my initiative. And realizing that we're up against a very insidious enemy that all have moved before my original plan went off, will attempt to wild shape into a direwolf.
Okay. How's that look? So you're covered in rats right now. When you direwolf form, I guess they all just fall off briefly because you have to become like energy or something while transforming, right? Like, how's that work?
You're the DM, sir.
Well, no, I'd leave it more to flavor. When you transform, does your, like, nose turn into a snout like your bones are snapping? Or do you just go, like, a flash of white and it's just you, like... What show is that? There's a show that does it like that.
Are you like an Animorph, or are you like a Dragon Ball Z character?
Yeah. Which...
Probably more like an Animorph.
Okay, well, you are able to turn into a wolf as these rats just expand out with your body and are still clinging all over to you. Do I need to add your token, or are you able to add it?
You have to add my token. I don't know if you want to just do like a quick swap on it.
Gotcha.
And we will go with a bite on the group that is attacking Hayes.
Okay, that will hit. As these rats are about to pounce Hayes, even though you're covered in them yourself right now, you just reach your maw through and just scoop up all these gross rats and chomp through a nice chunk of them to deal 11 damage to this pack.
And the remainder, I guess, would have to make a strength save or be prone.
I'm gonna say no in this case, just because there's so many. The idea of knocking just all the rats prone from you scooping through them doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Like I said, you're the DM.
I am the DM. That then your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, that's gonna take us to some more rats. These ones are kind of far away. These ones are moving in quick towards you, Elgin. Looks like they want a piece of that armor, too. Next will be Stab, who definitely does not specialize in this type of fight. He'll see Elgin coated in these rats, and he'll kind of scoot up with his rapier and just he'll just start trying to poke a few of them. And I can actually roll his stuff on D&D Beyond instead of type it out this time. As he swings with his rapier first. And that definitely is... Okay. So, Stab walks up, almost like he's pinpoint aiming his rapier, and just starts skewering repeatedly. Just his hand's a blur as it goes... Just skewering every single rat across your upper torso, Elgin. As this huge pack of rats is just lined up all on his rapier, and he throws them aside, very proud of himself.
Oh, wow.
We can't give him power like this, dude.
He then uses cunning action to back away a little bit without getting attacked.
Wow. Wow.
Now, is that second attack? Or did that take both?
I was gonna let him glow for a minute instead of follow through with any of that. I actually don't know his second weapon yet. I don't want to slow us down, so I'll figure that out next turn.
Classic Stab.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go to these next three packs.
You're playing Stab rather well.
You get inspiration for playing Stab like Stab, but you can only use it for Stab. You can't use it for the rats.
Yes.
Well, some of these rats are going to try to bite Elgin right now. They're not swarming him, but they're close enough to try and bite. But they can't make... What? Well, actually... Nope, they can't make it through that armor. Not even with a 21.
That's also a miss.
They're trying to get to them little slits on your ankles to where you have the joint for your ankle, but they just can't get through. These other two will start hopping onto you, Doya. This other pack can't make it. As these rats all start crawling up you and try to start biting you. But somehow, I guess your fur's too thick. They just keep getting clumps of fur, which stings because it feels like your fur's being slightly tugged out, but they don't break your skin.
Okay.
But you have 2 swarms on you right now. You'll have disadvantage on the attacks you try to make at the moment. We'll take us back to the first rats, which these are going to try to leap up on the Lulu and do some work to her. Wow, and they do. This whole swarm, almost like a line, just leap up on the Lulu and actually pull her to the ground and start biting down onto her. For 16 damage.
Oh, damn.
And Lulu's flailing around on the ground. You can hear a trumpet kind of blaring out randomly. just trying to just get these things off of her. Hayes, you're up.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna have to potentially take an attack of opportunity here, because I can't use my shit. So I'm gonna move this way. Go ahead and make your bitey, snappy roll, I guess.
Okay. They're just above. They're gonna try to just bite you as you move away.
That hits.
And they bite you for 7 total.
God damn it! Alright. And I'll just run up here. I'm gonna get right in the middle of all these as I just kind of dive in, and as I do, I just kind of throw my hands out to the side, and I'm going to cast Sword Burst around me, and I'm going to augment it with Careful Spell, and Elgin and Lulu will automatically succeed and take no damage.
Okay.
But all of the rats need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, we're gonna start with the big rats, and then we'll go left to right.
Like shit.
There's the big ones. Here come some little rats. And you.
So they all fail. They all take fucking 5. I've of course rolled like shit, but 5 damage to all of them. As just these spectral blades kind of slice around me in a circle.
Okay, so these blades, it looks like one pierces through you, Elgin, but you actually don't feel anything as it goes through you. Almost like this spell was very specifically targeted, but you see some of the rats go flying off your back as skewered by one of these blades, and also a few of the rats around your feet, Hayes, get pierced by these. There's still a whole bunch.
That's okay. End of turn. I'm gonna hang out right here.
Okay. It's gonna bring us to some more rats, which another set is going to get on you, Doya, now. And since you have 3, you're gonna be unable to just attack at this point. You have to make you'll have to shake them off with a strength or acrobatics check or something along those lines.
So many rats.
But these will start biting at you. Which they connect with the good spots this time, as they deal 12 piercing damage to you.
Okay.
Next up,
I just want to point out they're getting the rolls that they should be getting for me on those that don't even require that high to hit.
It's true. That is true. Next up will be Lulu, who has a swarm on her because she's so small. So she's gonna have to make a check to get back up in the air here. She is going to make better at neither. She's gonna try to use her strength to just propel herself off the ground and get rid of these rats. I'll make it fairly easy. But that's unfortunately not gonna be good enough. As she tries to get these rats off of her and get in the air, but they just keep swarming over her and then getting on her wings, and she just falls back to the ground, still covered. Elgin.
All right.
You surrounded by
Let's
rats.
do it. I'm just gonna start smacking. Let's striking the ones that are still on me.
Okay, you only got a couple on you now, so you can go ahead and I'd say you can make an attack, and that's you just kind of button them off you.
Okay. Oh wow. Does it well, I guess would it be what? 14?
Yeah, that would be a 14. That's enough, actually. As you see a
even
few
better.
more of these rats, one crawls up under your arm, you kind of just quick knock it off. Another one on your shoulder, you knock it off. You see one crawling up your thigh, you bash it down, and you are now rat-free.
Yay! I'm gonna immediately hit the ones that are trying to get on Lulu.
Okay.
Or are all on Lulu, I guess, by this point. Would that be yeah.
This pack right here is swarming over her right now.
Okay. I wanna pap, 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 pap. And just,
Okay, yeah, you
get them off.
You carefully, just as a few of these are crawling over, you start just kind of skirting them off of her with enough force to just kind of knock these rats down, and you're able to get quite a few of them off of her, actually, and so she is still has a few on her, but not that much now.
Good. That is my turn.
Okay, that'll bring us to some more rats that are currently swarming on Doya. They will just go ahead and make their attack here. What is their health at? Oh, these rats have yet to be hurt.
That's gonna hit.
Those will definitely start clamping down on you for 7 piercing damage. You can feel these tiny pricks all over your hide. Speaking of which, Doya, it's hard to move with all the rats on you right now, but you're up.
What would you say? I cannot do anything except for try to get them off of me right now.
I'd say you can move as if you were in difficult terrain right now, or you could try to just knock the rats off of you, or if you think of something creative, you could try that. But you won't be able to just move and make an attack like normal at the moment.
So I could attempt to bite some of them off of me.
Yeah, if you wanted to try to bite a couple off you, I would say it'd be with disadvantage and it'd do half damage, if that's what you're trying to do.
Okay. Unfortunately, everybody left me. So disadvantage it is.
Oh, shit.
See what we can do.
Okay, you were able to... Wait, which rats pack specifically? Top left, or bottom right?
The first one I come across, because I think they're all about the same right now. I can't tell.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just start with the top left rats. Which rats are those? It's not you. It's you.
I'm gonna make myself opaque so we can at least see what's going on under me.
All right. Well, these the top left rats that looked like they hadn't been touched yet. You're able to clamp down a couple of them, but it's so hard to just be fully effective. So you do your damage, but only about half of it.
What I can do.
End of turn?
End of turn.
All right.
All right.
That'll take us to some more rats. That'll be the top pack above Hayes here. They're going to go ahead and start trying to scurry onto you, Hayes.
Get off me.
As they roll up into your spot and start biting.
They biting.
You feel your calves and your knees just getting prick repeatedly for 10 damage.
Don't like that.
That'll bring us to Stab, who, let's see. Wait, no, 5, 10, 15. Yeah, Stab sees you getting engulfed by these rats, Hayes, and he's gonna move around right to the pack that just got onto you, and he's gonna hold his hand up and line his rapier up again.
I see him. No.
As he goes.
Like he's about to stab straight into you.
And he actually, is he next to an ally? I didn't confirm that. He is not next. Well,
next
he
to
is.
me.
You're his ally. That's right. You're just covered in rats.
He's lunging at me.
So that's goddamn. That actually means he gets a sneak attack, which means he lines up again and just freezes as he's watching these rats scurry, almost like he's counting them and preparing his move. And again, like a blur, his rapier just starts skewering every single rat on you. Except for, hold on, let me check the HP of the rats that were on you.
I just envision him like Voldo from Soul Calibur, just with his hands, just.
That's actually enough. And he even down to the very last rat, he cleans them all up off of you.
I'm just like standing here like. What?
He just he gives you like a smug nod, like yeah, I got those. I did the rats. Now I'm gonna do these rats, and he turns to the ones to your left, and he's gonna go for his offhand strike, which I believe he can use his rapier for that too.
Maybe we should revisit this glider.
Let's see. He goes to stab again. He rolled a 13 total. That's gonna. I believe it's gonna hit. Yes, that is gonna hit, and he deals 9 piercing damage to this pack, which takes out quite a few of them again. He stabs maybe about 4 or 5 of them, but there's still enough to be a threat right now. And he's gonna stand his ground with you this time. And that will bring us to 3 packs of rats, 1 on Doya, the ones to the south of Doya, which will go ahead and just jump on in the pile.
Oh, God.
And then the ones next to Hayes. So 2 sets of fangs are coming at you, Doya.
Okay.
So 1 set. That's 2 sets. Wow. Did either of those hit you? Well, actually, yeah, they would.
What
be,
is the addition? Because if it's not a 16, it doesn't hit. Oh,
it's-
14. I mean.
It's not a 16. It'd be a +3, so it'd be, what is that? 14.
14?
Yeah.
That will hit.
14 hits you?
Barely, but yes.
Well, wouldn't it just be +2?
He's got 3
There's-
other packs of rats on him.
Oh.
I'm tanking all the rats while you guys are like actually killing things.
His whole body is essentially just, it looks like a dark amalgamation of flesh just everywhere.
I am the rats.
Doya, you take a total of 10 piercing damage as more rats start clamping onto you.
I am still a wolf, but I look very bloody.
And this pack next to you, Hayes, is actually going to go for stab this time. And their health is low. They are going to hit stab. 4 damage. The stab kind of just brushes him off. He's still completely alright for the time being. And that'll bring us to you, Hayes.
It's me, huh? I want to help Doya.
Kill all the rats.
There's really nothing I can do from here. Not
I'm about to say
without
I can help.
2 attacks of opportunity, and I can't risk that.
I'll be able to help on my turn.
These rats could theoretically kill me if I step away from them right now.
Yeah.
No, you take care up there. I'll live. I'm good.
All right.
Like, I'll eat 2 hits if I have to. I don't care.
I'm gonna swirl my hands around again, quickly, and cast another sword burst with a careful spell, preventing Elgin, Lulu, and Stab from taking damage. I'll
We're gonna
link
do some
this.
deck saves.
Just for you. Yep, and we'll need them to make deck saves.
As left and right. What happens on a success?
God damn it! These dice. Come on, dude. If they succeed, they take no damage. If they fail, they take a whole 4. Thanks, 2d6.
The ones on the right get skewered just a little bit, but there's just a handful of rats there now.
Christ, man.
Low
This could have been
rolls.
24 damage that went out by now. All right, end of turn, I guess.
All right, it's going to take us to one of the swarms on Doya, which will proceed in its biting rampage. And will definitely hit
That's gonna hit.
for 6 damage.
You've never seen a wolf this bloody and still standing before.
It's got blood
Wait,
just
does-
all over its body.
Is Sarah McLachlan music playing right now?
In the arms of an angel.
That's going to bring us to Lulu, who's going to try to tuss this pack that's been messing with her still. Oh, she's going to hit him. For 6 damage, which is actually enough. She uses her tusk and just gores the rest of these rats that were trying to mess with her. And then floats back up into the air finally. Elgin!
All right. I'm going to take that attack of opportunity by stepping away. So they
These
can go
rats
ahead and
are
do
weak.
what they got to do.
You rats try to get you as you go, but they just You just feel like something just bump into your ankle and then move back as you walk away.
That's about what I expected. So I'm gonna take a swingy swing on the set of rats directly in front of me.
Okay, that's gonna hit. You're gonna deal 8 damage to him.
All right, and then another swing on the set right here.
Ooh, all right. Let me see what they're rocking. Okay, that's also gonna hit. As you're just trying to pinpoint, just bashing a few of these rats, just almost like you're scraping the fur off of Doya, as you knock quite a few of these rats off of him, but he's still being swarmed at the moment.
I think that'll be. I think that's all I can do.
Okay.
I don't want to waste resources on these rats.
That's understandable. The rest of them, however, will continue to bite down on Doya, and these rats, they get in there good. Again, 14 damage.
You hear the cry of a wolf howl that suddenly turns into the cry of a rather old elf. We can go ahead and delete my wolf token.
Okay, Doya, you are now extremely covered. You are immobilized for the time being. That actually brings us to you, Doya.
My plan went out the window. What am I going to do?
Actually, which one of these is your token? You hidden under here? There you are.
Bottom right.
Make this look. That's more what it looks like.
What do we want to do? You know what? We'll make some boom.
There you go.
No, that's a bad idea, but we're going to do it anyways. I am going to cast Erupting Earth on myself.
Erupting Earth. Okay. It sounds like something's about to blow up. Let me look at this. Choose a point you can see on the ground within range. A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube. Centered on that point. The point being you, it sounds like.
Just below, to try to spare Elgin.
Okay, just below. Everything in there needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh my god. Okay, well, let's see the dex. Actually, your dex save is gonna be with disadvantage.
Which ones?
Not you, Elgin. You're fine. Doya has to make it with disadvantage.
Gotcha.
Because he is covered. He can't move right now, so I can't see how he could mitigate this. But somehow he freaking does.
I was gonna say, don't forget your +5, but you don't fucking need it.
Let's get the rats making some saves here. Going from bottom to left and around. Wish there was a quicker way to do this. Okay. So I think they all failed. So...
I'll be taking 14.
Oh, damn, you rolled low on that. Okay. So all the rats take 14 damage. As this earth explodes around you, everywhere except maybe your perfect silhouette lying on the ground, rocks just start flying up at just the right height, just skewering these rats and pelting them off as multiple little rocks, pebbles, and debris just slams in everything around you and rips up the ground quite a bit here around this area. That bottom pack will be dead. The left pack will be dead. The top pack has maybe like 3 rats still on your body, and the right pack was unhurt, so there's still a few of them left.
And I'll take 7 damage from doing that to myself.
Yeah, you got a few cuts and pierces yourself during that. Where are you? You're right there, right? There you are. Your token's very opaque right now. I can't see it.
It shouldn't be. I thought I fixed that. Apparently not. Now we go.
There you are. Is that the end of your turn? I'd say you could move around again now.
You know what? I'm a little rough, so I'm going to go ahead and use a bonus action, and I'm going to misty step out of the middle of that.
Okay. So you turn into this gaseous form as these rats just fall flat on their faces right where you were. Where do you appear at?
I'll appear in a battle line with everyone else.
Okay. He's got some confused rats just scurrying in circles at where you were.
And that will end my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to Stab, who, feeling very, very cocky and confident right now, will just he'll twist his rapier a bit and not even raise his hand for aim this time as he just aims it up and just start getting ready to stab down at these rats. Dear God. And he does so with ease as he just obliterates this pack of rats right next to you, Hayes.
Oh, thank God.
5, 10, 15, 20. He'll then move up to the next pack and proceed to start stabbing on them. And he will hit, but not do as much damage this time. But actually, that pack is severely wounded. He takes care of the 2 remaining rats that were just scurrying in place. As his rapier just skewers through both of them, and he tosses them aside. He then looks to you, Elgin, and just gives a thumbs up, just nodding.
Oh my God.
Hey, you're up.
There's just a big pack of rats down there that I see.
Yeah, it's just 1 pack of rats remaining down there.
Okay. I'll just aim my hand out and try to hit him with a raw.
Okay, fire it off. That will definitely hit this pack for 8 cold damage. As you fire this ray of frost, these rats seem to have very low fortitude, as the group you do hit all just freeze completely solid in place. It looks like only about 2 of them still remain there.
End of turn. Bitch ass rats.
Okay, that'll take us to Lulu, which she'll go ahead and just float down and ready her tusk and try to clean up the remaining 2. Which will hit for... Okay. She leans down at the 2 remaining rats and skewers one with 1 tusk, and the other one looks like it's about to jump on her face. She just lines up her other tusk and it just pales it right on the other one. And then she just lobs them off of her face. And that will bring us out of combat.
Well, this place is disgusting.
Did you guys see that? You saw that, right? Hayes, did you see that?
I did. That was quite impressive. I underestimated you, Stab.
You can call me the exterminator of the Rat Man. I'm the Rat King now.
You will be the Rat King.
Show me another
you
rat.
Are the Rat King.
He stabs another rat on the ground that's already dead.
You got him. You got him good. But perhaps we should keep pressing forward and not draw the ire of any more rat mobs.
Yes, I agree.
Doya, are you all right? I heard you scream out in pain for a moment, as did I.
That was more rats than I've seen in quite some time, and they seem to have a penchant for wolf flesh, so I've been better, but I will manage.
All right. Well, say we press on. No need to stand here amongst burning buildings and rat corpses.
All right, so you guys are continuing on your path then.
Yeah.
All right, back to the big old map here. You guys stopped right... Get over here, map. Right there. There we go. And you're going to continue on that main roadway until you can reach maybe what looks like an accessible chain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you move to right here. until while walking down this pathway. Again, keeping an eye out for any oddities or anything to the side, more odd than what you've seen already. Fortunately, no more weird occurrences, like no sudden, like a few small rats scurrying, no random eruptions or flames. However, there is one thing you can see just a little bit in the distance, maybe about 50 feet away from you. Let me show you what you see. I gotta grab y'all's tokens real quick. Hold on just a second. It looks like a little bit in the distance. You can see it looks like an undead, maybe walking in your direction very slowly. And
Just one?
Yeah, looks like just one. Here, let me show you what it looks like. There you go. In the middle of the roadway, one undead seems to be just slowly lurching towards you.
Do we let it lurch and try to go around?
Actually, all of you make a perception check too. I'll roll for stab over here.
Could be anything.
Did Elgin roll?
Oh shit, yeah, actually, you know what? It would help if I actually would have clicked on it correctly. Bam, there you go. I got a 15.
And Stab rolled, I think, like a 9 or an 8. So, Doya and Elgin, you two notice this. Hayes and Stab, you see just another undead just wandering at you, but you notice this undead seems to have more of a glowy greenish complexion just surrounding its head. It's almost like this light greenish aura just emanating off of it. But besides that, you don't hear or see any other creatures around. It seems to just be slowly lurching your direction.
Do we take the side road here?
Like, it's
Family.
just the one. It's just the one.
You only see one.
If it takes another step forward, I'm gonna do something.
That glowing thing, is it like a magical aura? Or is it more like a cloud? Is
If
it...
you're hold on, let me pause if you're asking me. There you go. It's not like a cloud. It's like its skull is emanating this greenish energy off of it, just barely, just a bit to be shimmering around it.
So like some sort of magic, probably, if I were to guess in like a half-second period of time.
You definitely guess either extreme toxicity or magic, one of those two. Something associated with green and undead.
So basically, what you're saying is we either need to get out of its way right now.
I throw a frost.
I was about to say because I was already okay. So me and Hayes were on the same page.
All right, so Elgin Sacred Flames it, and Hayes Rays of Frost it. The ray of we'll do the Sacred Flame first. So it needs to make a dexterity savings throw.
Mm-hmm.
It was real low for him, so if he fails.
He's eating that.
And let me check his vulnerabilities. Okay, that's strangely regular. So that'll do 10 radiant damage to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like you charred a good bit of him with that, but he's still just barely lurching forward. Hayes, your Ray of Frost slams into him as well for 10 cold damage, and he's slowed down tremendously. This guy's body is still barely being held together. And he is also slowed right now. I believe half movement speed, if he were actually charging you, something like that.
His movement speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And after you both blast him, he's now looking towards you, Elgin, as he just slowly starts lurching in your direction.
And I would follow it up. Yeah, I was going to follow it up with Reduce Flame.
Blasting this bastard. Okay. So, as
No
soon as it takes another
conversation.
step, all
Dead.
hands up, just shooting out the shit at him. he lights on fire and also gets hit by another frost beam. And after he does, this is enough to obliterate his body, essentially. There's holes piercing him, and he starts burning. It falls to its knees and on its face. And its skull starts getting brighter at that point, and brighter and brighter. And you can hear
I'd like to back up, if we're allowed to in this time.
I would say this happens directly afterwards, but you would have like 2 seconds to back up. As the skull gets brighter, you can see its head start rippling until a skull actually pops out of it as it continues to cackle and immediately spits a fireball right at all of you, except Hayes, who's off to the side right now. I need all of you to make dexterity savings throws.
All right, remember y'all got everybody's got 5 that's next to me.
This will be +5 for Lulu. Well, and I gotta do stab. It was very dexterous and can cunning action, I believe.
Yeah, he should be able to mitigate.
He's got uncanny dodge too.
Yeah, he's not gonna take any damage only because he succeeded and he has his uncanny stuff. If anyone failed, you take 24 fire damage. Otherwise, you take half of that damage.
Oh, what was the DC?
Yeah.
The DC. Oh, I should have looked at that, shouldn't I? it's on here. I didn't even look at it. It is. What is it? 15. There it is. Jesus.
Okay. Then I failed it. Bedoya made it.
Well,
You're welcome, Bedoya.
have your.
Oh
+5,
yeah,
right?
thanks.
Hmm.
You should have your +5, right?
I think it only applies to others. I don't. I don't believe. Yeah, because it says while you are conscious, you grant all friendly. Oh, actually, no. I miss it. I missed that part. It does include me. Never mind. Lies.
Also, doesn't your shield give you resistance to fire damage or something?
Yes, it does.
But yeah, you're super good. This fireball erupts between you, and most of you are able to just dodge or mitigate most of that damage. Lulu included.
What is half of whatever it is then?
Should be what, 12?
12 would be half of its damage. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I never saw the.
That 8d6 was supposed to be from the thing, not Lulu.
Not Lulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lulu's not fireballing you, I promise.
And was it resistance? Was that I get what?
Resistance means you take half the damage.
I take even half of the half.
You take quarter. Yeah.
Okay.
Take quarter damage.
Quarter damage.
But directly after that fireball, as it was erupting, this thing cackling just started 360 spinning and flying straight up into the air and starts flying over El Terrell and vanishes.
What an
Wow.
absolute dickhead.
I don't know how I feel about that. Well, now that is out of the way, should we carry on?
I suppose, yeah. Hopefully no more explodey skulls coming out of zombie corpses anymore. I suppose it's only gonna get worse from here, though.
I think I'm going to need a moment, and I'm going to cast a healing spell myself. And we're going to cast Cure Wounds.
$3d8 and you got a 9, huh? That's rough.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear these dice do not love us today. I just want to put that out there in case anyone wanted my my hot take on these these dice today.
I'm
feel like-
seriously going to consider doing that again. But no, I think I can press on.
Jamie, I feel like we should have some apology music ready, and the dice should issue a statement.
Oh, yeah. Those dice, I don't even control them, man. They're my enemy, too, sometimes.
The dice are like, yes, I'd like to give a formal apology to everyone. playing this game who I have hurt and wronged, and I'm gonna try to do better, but I can only be better if you
This is so
if you all
official.
keep continuing your support of me, and I promise to try and roll more natural 20s, less natural 1s, going forward from here on out.
That's some good politician dice speak right there.
I've had to apologize a few times before, so yeah, I got this thing down.
Hearing that apology from the dice, I'm gonna go ahead and blow a first level cure wounds.
You're all one better, dude. All right, that's fine. That's actually
Heal
pretty
for
good.
better than a third level cure wounds.
True. That's true.
Wait. Wait, you had a 1d8 on that one. What was the other one? The other one was what?
A
How many-
D1, a D2, and a D2.
Wow. Yeah, no, I'm good. Oh, yeah.
Lulu actually chimes in when she sees you heal yourself twice doing and says, I think when I remembered back at that fountain, I think I gained one of my abilities back.
We'll share with the class.
I knew so much more. I could do so much more, but I can't at the same time. But this, I think I can help heal now.
Oh, can you now?
What do you mean by help?
Well, if you're wounded and you're not dead, I can close your wounds, and I could do it really well. But I think I can only do it once every time I go to sleep. I'm kind of hurt. I could show you if I do it to myself, or I could save it.
I tell you what, Lulu. I believe you. I think you should save it for later. And I'm gonna put place a hand on Lulu's back. And how many hit points is Lulu out right now?
Lulu is missing about. She looks like she could use a good chunk. She's missing about 24 HP right now.
24. All right, I will replace it. I'm gonna lay hands on Lulu.
Well,
And,
you gotta
Lay
put
polite,
hands on
delicate
Lulu.
hands.
Be like, just slap Lulu upside the back of the skull, but instead of damaging Lulu will receive 24 hit points instead.
Okay,
'Cause that's how slaps work. No, I'm not actually gonna slap Lulu. I'm just gonna pat Lulu.
all of her wounds close up immediately, and she does a quick little 360 in the air and trumpets pleasantly in your direction, and then says, "Thank you. I feel so much better. When you're in trouble, if you're hurt, not only can this, I think I can do more than just close your wounds. If you're blind or you can't hear or you're sick, I think I could just make it better."
Well, that will be useful in the fight to come.
Lulu,
Now-
you are quite impressive.
Yes.
I'm gonna step over next to Elgin and
Mhm.
whisper, I wonder what that would do to memory.
That's a good question. Do you think? You think maybe it would restore?
It's something we may want to consider later on.
I agree. We'll see what happens. She can only do it once.
And we still got a long day of figuring out how to get down from here left.
That is also true. I say before she rests, we put this theory to the test.
It's at least worth a shot.
All right. Well, is everyone good?
I'm
Been
as-
better, but I'm good to
Been-
travel.
Then I
Hayes?
say we press on.
I am good.
Yeah, you just let some more rats show up. I'll take lead for rat patrol.
Yes, the rat. You're the rat king. Yes, but
Wow.
We need someone to be the glowy-headed undead man, blowy-uppy king. We need one of those now, apparently. Doya, I nominate you. You're that king now.
I don't suppose we can vote on that.
Now, you the head king now, Doya, all right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
King
saying?
does have a nice ring to it.
Yeah, head king, right? He starts elbowing you.
Oh, goddamn. What are we starting?
Just trying to be a stab.
You're
You guys gonna see this and come back. He's gonna do it too.
well, shall we carry on?
Yeah, suppose we
I
continue.
say so.
All right. Head back to our El Terrell map here. In the correct position right here. So you guys proceed on down the way again. No more events popping up in your face this time. You guys make it all the way up to this chain area. And it looks like ahead of you is just this, it almost looks similar to the map minus the heavy amount of flames engulfing it. You see a huge metal pillar just like poking up almost on the side of El Terrell, as well as a slightly smaller one, but still humongous to your right. It looks like there's chains dangling between them, as well as off of them that lead over the edge on both sides.
Ooh.
But you guys are welcome to go inspect them more. You can, because right now you're not at them, because I wanted to leave it to y'all how you want to approach them.
I'd like to carefully kind of scope out the landscape and see if there's anything that wouldn't be readily apparent, just a quick glance.
Are you going up to the edge?
No, I want to do this before I walked up the edge. Just make sure I don't see anything peeking out from anywhere or hanging off the edge or clinging onto a chain that I just didn't see with a quick look, like just a quick glance.
Make a perception check.
I don't trust this shit. But I'm gonna have to deal with it.
So this looks like two weird, huge demonic steel pillars with some chains dangling between them right now.
Is the chain like super taut, or is it hanging loose like in the picture?
Kind of hanging a little bit loose, but for this specific chain, the other ones are dangling over the edge, and you can't really tell until you go up to them.
I don't know, Doya, what you think?
Guess it's time for a closer look. Can we carefully proceed to the edge?
Sure. Doya, you start walking towards the edge, just minding your footing and finding stable ground, kind of how y'all did before when you were looking off the cliff originally. When you look down, immediately you see just the landscape of Avernus, and it's massive. Its coloration just almost looks like a desert, except more reddish a bit. Occasional huge odd-looking buildings and shapes and things that really just don't make sense to your mind when you try to look at it and see if it's a building or what, but just the landscape of Avernus seems to be completely in view out in the distance. Looking down, you can see a bit of land kind of far away. Looking straight down, you're absolutely still over water, but you can see the way the chain is dangling. It connects to both of these pillars, droops down and starts curving off until you can see it's actually attached to land a little bit in the distance.
Are you saying this end is connected to land, this end is connected to Avernus? The chain goes, what, 400 feet out before it's over land?
Well, Avernus is the land. What do you mean?
Well, at ground level.
Both of them have chains dangling off of them, attaching to actual land down on Avernus. Like two different
Okay,
chains.
so both of these are attached to the city.
Yes.
think I understand how this is working.
Think of like Migrand in WoW, except there's just chains attached to one of those floating rocks down onto the ground proper.
Yeah, just curling
And
down
we're up
and
on that. Yeah, we're up on one of those little floaty rocks, looking down.
Anybody bring a flying mount?
I'm gonna cast.
Stab shouts. I could have.
I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on the bottom of both of my shoes, and I'm just gonna Tony Hawk fucking grind all the way down this chain to the bottom.
You're gonna do some Sonic Adventure. Grind the rail. Oh damn.
What's up, Elgin?
No, I don't think it'll work on mine. I was sitting here thinking to myself, oh yeah, I could totally use my steed, but then I remember my steed doesn't have wings.
We're super boned here.
Look, wait, I want to try something here. So wait, let's check this out. Check this out. So let's say I were to throw myself off the ledge, straight down, and then like 30 feet before I hit the ground, just hit Misty Step. And just Misty Step the last 30 feet, just be like, bam, what happened? What would happen? What would happen, Dungeon Master?
A good theory, but in practice, I believe your Misty Step velocity would exceed your ability to suddenly 9-degree jut in the air to the position you want.
What if you portaled it to where on the other side when you come out, it actually comes up out of the ground, and then it's just like a little 10-foot hop, and then you.
There you get, dude. Right
now you're
That's
thinking.
true.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Do you have Dimension Door? That'll do it.
I mean, I had to try. I had to try. Okay, well then, yeah, I got nothing. What's the move? What's the move?
I think I need like 7 in real life days to think about this.
It's like, man. If only, yeah, if only had like if only like one or more of us had Featherfall.
Yeah. We might just have to climb down this damn chain.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might end up being a thing.
Well, if that's our plan down, then we don't have to wait till tomorrow. We can start on it today.
So after seeing this, Joya, how confident are you about your original plan?
I assume I can find some sort of rubble or rocks or something around me, right?
Yeah.
I want to grab one and just chunk it like straight out and sort of kind of think about how long it takes to fall.
Okay. So you pick up a rock and go near the ledge, and you just lob it as far as you can, and it goes forward a little bit till it hits that arc, and it looks like it starts dropping straight down. You watch it fall, and fall, and fall, so you can't even really make it out anymore.
Do I see any sort of kind of splat of dust from where it hits?
You know, I actually don't know if we could see something like that. But I would say in this circumstance, just because of how the terrain is, and you wouldn't see any dust or anything like that kick up.
I have no idea how long it took to fall.
You don't even know if it reached land.
I'm more hesitant to try the water bubble plan. In desperation, we can do it, but that seems to be a little bit further down than I thought.
So we're climbing.
At least part of the way.
Okay.
All right. Well, Just kind of peek over the edge.
Now, if we want a backup plan of me taking the bubble, and we go down this chain tomorrow, and we run into trouble, we can always jump together. Bubble will last a little bit, but
I'm always a fan of a backup plan.
that'll delay us another day.
Stab walks up to one of the near one of the ledges, near one of the actual chains where it's like hoisted into the ground, and kind of looks at it for a moment. And then he reaches out and he just grabs onto it. He holds onto it for maybe 2 seconds, then pulls his hand off and turns and says, "Yo, this shit's really hot." Like, it doesn't, like, he puts his hand back on it and holds it there for a bit and just starts squinting and says, "Yeah, you know, I could hold on to this for a bit, but if we're climbing on it, shit's gonna hurt eventually. But I don't know. Does it hurt a little bit, I guess."
Okay. So jumping off the edge is not an option. We don't have hang gliders, and the chain is too hot, quite literally, to climb down.
It's not too hot. It's just, you know, he
It's
puts his hand.
uncomfortable.
He puts his hand back on it and just keeps holding on to it for a bit.
Okay, so you're exaggerating.
Well, no, it's hot. It's just, you know, I don't. He looks over the edge. It's a long way, man. You see how long that is? We'll just be hugging this thing.
Do you have another idea, Stab?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of houses. I mean, I don't know. We break in one. We find the parachute factory. I don't know.
You know how many houses there are, Stab?
We're still over the water. A parachute's just going to take us straight down.
Yeah, but can't you like windy magic or something? And, you know, like, I don't know, blow us a bit or something?
If there's already wind, yes, I can.
I think there's wind.
Is there, DM?
That heat you feel on your face, you could feel it kind of slapping you sometimes. So something is absolutely blowing onto you.
Okay, all right. Okay, maybe we kick in the doors to a few houses. We see if we can find some sheets as a just in case. Honestly, at this point, I don't know.
500 feet of rope.
Perhaps.
Hmm.
At this, honestly, just throw me into the river at this point.
Look, guys, I'm down to climb. I'm even down for the Doya bubble, because he said he could just push the Doya bubble while it's falling. He's pushing, and I don't know. That he looks over the edge again. You think you could hit us land before we hit the water?
Well, it's going to stare out to the water, look straight down, stare out to the water, and it's just start going back into his pack looking for that piece of paper again.
Yeah. See, you figure it out. Maybe we can loot some houses maybe we can find supplies while we're at it.
Okay. I say I don't think we need to waste an entire day here. And on top of that, if we were going to wait another day, we should have done it at the keep. Out here, there's no telling what could possibly attack us. So I say we go. Let's split it down the middle. Let's go into a few houses, see what we can find. If there's anything of use, anything interesting there that we can use, then great. And if not, we do this the hard way.
We're at the walls of the city. There's guard towers here. Is there possibly anything in these guard towers that we can use?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We go knock on some doors, kick them in, and go check it out.
What type of defenses did Elturel have? Did they have, like, harpoon weapons for flying things?
These.
Asking me?
Yeah, who are you asking, actually?
I'm asking the group, but I'm kind of curious if anyone has
never been
knowledge.
here before. You're the one that could have potentially saved it and didn't. You have no idea what their defenses are? Oh, yes, shrug it off, yes. I don't know, that's what I'm saying. We need to go look, if that's the plan.
All right, let's go take a look.
All right, so you guys are you? What do y'all plan to do now? Or what's your goal?
I mean, we can
we
search
split
these
up?
houses. I mean, I don't see how that's gonna. I don't see how that's gonna play out in any positive fashion. But I mean, honestly, it's the only other plan we have.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check
Should
some
we-
houses.
2 and 2?
I would like
guess-
to check these towers right here.
Yeah, we could check the towers. Maybe there's something there.
Do we want to
Honestly, I think the towers would be more fruitful than any of these houses could hope to be.
I go wherever Hayes goes. And Lulu.
Okay, I guess we'll head over to the tower.
All right. So you guys make your way to one of these nearby watchtowers to just see if anything useful inside them whatsoever. But before we figure that out, we're gonna go ahead and call it for the night. We have got
Good Lord.
some figuring out to do here. Let's go back to my shitty camera setup over here. God damn it. The door is just a
Everyone's in
picture again.
widescreen.
Yeah.
Dude, look at that ultra wide screen. Good God. What's that like? 8? Is that 8K? Or is that
That-
12K? Is that 12K?
That's at least 24K minimum.
That's 24K. Wow, Jesus.
Super resolution. So yeah, you guys left the keep tonight. Tried to go scout out your situation about descending, and man, it's a lot harder than we thought it was gonna be, huh? How the fuck do we get down? Sounds like every way is bad and could lead to immediate death. I guess it's just which cup of death you prefer, right?
I have another bad plan that could probably do it a little bit better than the spear, but Hayes is not going to like it.
You don't think Hayes will like it? You want to tell Hayes right
No.
now, or you want to tell him next
It doesn't
time?
matter it doesn't matter what I like. Like if we get it done, we get it done.
There you go.
Instead of doing the spear to get us down, I summon an air elemental and it can carry us.
Actually,
Let's
that
go.
sounds way more useful than the spear.
Yeah,
As
Be an-
long as it doesn't break out of your fucking control and football spike me down into the river Styx.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little worried about. So that's why I haven't proposed that yet. But
I mean, I
Football
say we
spike.
go for it. I say why not? We go for it. That's the one. That's the plan. Next week, we do air elemental and pray that the air elemental does not turn on Doya, and in turn turns on us, and we all live happily ever after.
But whatever y'all want to try. It's in y'all's field right now of problem solving. And then air elemental sounds all right. I don't know how it's gonna work. We'll have to see if Doya whips it out and see what it looks like. You know what I mean? But I was super curious to see which way y'all take it tonight. Now I'm excited to see what y'all are gonna do about it next time. You've seen what you have to deal with. You know a couple different ways you might be able to do it, and probably 100 more you haven't thought of yet. But one way or another, you guys are going to entrust your lives to something. And we'll have to see how that plays out next week. Or actually, maybe next week. It depends on my work stuff. I may have to go into work at like 5 a.m. that day, which means I may cancel D&D because I'll be way too goddamn tired to DM this late. So we'll see. But for now, count on it. All that aside, does anyone have any announcements or anything they want to say before I get out of here?
I got nothing.
None.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone out there, for watching tonight. We do appreciate it if it's on Twitch or YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel that is Cloak and Stagger Live. Is it live on that one, Moose, or not? I keep forgetting. I don't think it is.
I think it's just Clothing Stagger.
Yeah, I think it's just Cloak and Stagger. Check it out. We upload all these episodes here. I'm way more on top of it these days, so we're only like one episode behind. Go me. Also, we have a Twitter. Posted that occasionally. That is Cloak Stagger. Cloak Stagger Live, I believe. At Cloak Stagger, something like that. Just look up Cloak Stagger. You'll find us. You'll find us. And we do this every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central on Twitch. So if you want to see it live, come here. I have a Wednesday game also at 8:30 p.m. Central, and Moose runs the Saturday game, Rime of the Frost Maiden, in person at 8 p.m.
Sometimes.
Central. Yeah, sometimes. Holidays have been a little rough, but we're trying to do what we can. Fuck, there was something else I wanted to say that was really important. My mind's blanking right now. Oh well, y'all gotta live with it. We're gonna miss out on the critical information till next time. I will say I saw in chat earlier, one person subscribed, Charius Limbs. I think I said that right. Cherry Slims. Yeah, I see Mr. Moose over here said thank you, but I wanted to say thank you very much for the subscription. We do appreciate it. If any of y'all like what we do, that's the best way to show it, because we use that money to try and make this a better experience. As I've said many, many, many times before, one day, somehow, some way, we will have a place here that we can go to and use as a place for our D&D shit, and it will be amazing. It's going to take a while to get there. So every little bit helps. Besides all that, that's all I got. So, yeah, on that note, again, thanks for everything, y'all. Y'all have a good night. See you next time.
Good night.